All right, so here we have the National Tree Co. This is the Douglas fir. This is 7.5 feet, unlit tree. So haven't decorated it yet, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like basically out of the box, so you can essentially see how good it looks, even without any decor. Now, we did go for the unlit version because we like to switch our lights out year after year. Sometimes we go colorful, sometimes we go like the that kind of warm white light LED look. So that's why we did unlit. And I'm just going to zoom out so you can see how big this is. We have 9 foot ceilings, which is why we went with the 7.5 foot, just in case we want to put the tree topper on top. Now, one thing I will say is this tree is way wider than I thought it would be. We measured it, and basically from like end to end there, it is almost 5 feet. So keep that in mind with where you're going to end up putting your tree. It's quite quite wide. Now I'll kind of zoom in here, get it nice and close so you can see. I think they did a really good job in terms of making this tree look pretty realistic. And one thing they did that I do like is they have actually two different types of branches here. So this one is like a rubbery kind of look. And I think you can kind of see that through the camera, especially as the light kind of hits some of those parts of the branch. So this one's rubbery. This is insanely strong. So great for putting ornaments on, especially if you have heavy ornaments. These rubberized ones are very, very strong. And then kind of, we like to call them like the filler branches that you use to make the tree look fuller. And they have these ones that are much more lightweight and kind of like, I don't know, maybe papery-ish looking. Not quite as strong, but they do a great job of adding filler so that you can't see as much from like one side to the other of the Christmas tree. And of course, as you fill this in with lights and ornaments, it's going to look super full. So I like that a lot. Now, when it comes to actually taking this out of the box, putting it together, it takes about 35-40 minutes to assemble it. It comes in 3 parts. You have like your top part, your middle, and then like the bottom section. And then you have to fluff everything. And you can customize like where all these branches go. So they're very easy to kind of move and angle. So, if you don't like the look of one of them, it's okay. You can just move it, and you can kind of see, how they're put together. So they do come on like a really strong wire, which is great. And then I'll show you the base. We're going to get a tree skirt, but here's what the base looks like. So overall, I'm very, very happy with this tree. I'm very excited to decorate it. I'll zoom out one more time just so you can see, once you fluff it, like it looks pretty full. And again, you can re-angle the branches if you don't like some of them, but here's what it looks like. Great tree overall. A good weight. Like you can, if you put it somewhere and you're like, we want to put it in a different corner of the room, you can take it apart and move it. It's not crazy hard to do or anything like that. The one thing I might improve on the tree is these kind of like lighter weight branches. They're not super strong, so like you couldn't really put, I don't think, like heavy ornaments on these. If you have like really lightweight ones, you could, but that's just kind of one thing to keep in mind with it. Not a deal breaker or anything, because then you also have a ton of these really, really strong rubber ones. So anyways, this is the National Tree Co. Douglas fir tree, and we're very excited to have it.